What's up, everybody? It's your boy Steve with Press Start News here with another Video Games Monthly unbox for June and recent pickups. So, without further delay, let's take a look. Now, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Gamers Experience over in Lithonia, Georgia. They provided me with this awesome shirt here, Gamers Lifestyle. This is a new gaming line that they're doing. Right now it's not available online just yet. They're working towards that. Right now it's a limited run. It's only available in their stores. So if you're local to Atlanta, head on over to Gamers Experience. Great place. Have every game you could possibly want to play. Screens set up all over the place, all the different systems. But they also have these shirts as well as several other different shirts and designs that are available to pick up. So be sure to stop over in there and keep an eye on their website, which I will put down in the description. It should be gxgaming.com. And keep an eye out on there for these shirts as well as any others that they have coming up soon. Now, without further delay, let's go ahead and get to the box. And we'll get that open. I'm going to open it in reverse so I can't see what's in here, so we don't have any unexpected surprises. Open it up backwards. Alright, so I feel some cards and some little plastic here, so we'll pull those out. Oh, this is awesome. So first of all, we got the Video Games monthly standard card. Tells you to update your library. Hope you enjoy your box, all that good stuff. This usually every month they put a little something in there. Usually they've had like koozies, and there's been a yo-yo. The last month it was a bottle opener, which had a magnetic back. That was really cool. This time it's a 1-up card. This is awesome. So what these are is basically you put fluid on the little strip here, and you slide it in a slot of your games to clean them. So I've seen quite a few people talking about these, and I haven't really bothered to give it a try because I have my own cleaning method. But now that I have one, I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll like it enough that I'll start picking them up. So that's awesome. Thank you. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so, by the way, normally I get the 4-box, what we call it, a 4-up box with 4 games in it. I decided this month to up it to the 5 games box. It's an extra $5, so I figured I'd go with that. And for the uninitiated, Video Games Monthly is a subscription box, kind of like a Loot Crate or one of those where they send you stuff. But with Video Games Monthly, instead of a bunch of random, useless little trinkets that you're just going to sit up on a shelf and they collect dust, they send you video games. Everything from, I think they actually go back to Atari now, all the way up to, I think, original Xbox, GameCube, PS2, I think, and Dreamcast. I think that's as far as they go right now. I think they're planning on kind of going up from there. But Wii. I think they got Wii games on there now, so it goes all the way up there. Let's see what we got. I've got cartridge systems: Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and N64. Let's take a look. So I feel a Genesis cartridge, so we'll start with that one. Oh, nice. Taz and Escape from Mars. So I actually have a Taz game on Super Nintendo, the Tazmania. I don't have the Tazmania for Genesis, but I love cartoon video games, so that's awesome to get that. That's definitely cool. Alright, and let's see, this feels like a Super Nintendo game, so we'll go with that. And this is Jungle Book, keeping with the theme of the cartoon games. So that's awesome. Have this for Genesis already, so now I got the Super Nintendo version. Sometimes the versions on Super Nintendo and Genesis for some of those cartoon games were a little different, like case in point, Aladdin. There's a big difference between the Aladdin on the Genesis and the Aladdin on Super Nintendo. Completely different games. They kind of look like the levels are similar, but they play completely different from each other. So that's definitely not a bad thing to have both versions. It feels like all the rest of them are NES games. Alright, so first one is Tag Team Wrestling. I don't think I've played this one. If I have, it's been a long time since I played it, but I kind of remember this game because it was kind of like, I remember there was like the pro wrestling that Nintendo had, the Black Label game, and then this one was kind of like the next one that was kind of one upped it because it was I believe it says based on the arcade hit, so I don't think I've ever seen the actual arcade game, so I'll take their word for it. All right, so kind of limited on space today because we got a lot of stuff with the pickups. So I pulled out too many. All right, let's see the next one. Oh, awesome, Joust. I love this game. I mean, this takes me back. I was playing Joust arcade, Atari. You name it, I was playing Joust. Commodore, we had it on there. I mean, Joust was one of those games that, it was always on every system back then. So, and then there was, if you ever seen the game, Balloon Fight, that's all it is a rip off of Joust. You say what they want, it's a rip off of Joust. Joust is the original. Alright, last one is, sweet, Spy vs. Spy. Got the label peeling up just a little bit in the corner, but that's not too bad. And Frederick, I got your game. So, it's mine now. I love Spy vs. Spy. That's another one we used to play a lot on our Commodore. We had the Spy vs. Spy on there. So, that's another one. So, that's awesome 5 games. I am happy with that. So a couple cartoon games. I guess you can count Spy vs. Spy as one. So we'll say 3 cartoon games and definitely some classics. Alright, so that is Video Games Monthly. We're going to put the 1-up card back in there too. I'm going to slide those out of the way and we'll get to the pickups. Now, I'm going to kind of do this in a random order, not necessarily in the order that I got them in. Mainly because I don't remember what order some of this stuff was in, but there is a lot. So first thing I'll show, I found another thrift store that was not too far from the Goodwill that I tend to go to most of the time, and there's not a lot that was in there. I stumbled across a nice network storage enclosure one day, but I happened to see a Kinect in there. I had a Kinect for the 360. I had a Kinect when they originally came out. Now I know a lot of people don't like them. Me personally, I enjoyed playing the Kinect. It was something different, something to kind of get you off your couch. Sometimes we as gamers, we can be quite lazy sometimes, sitting there playing with our controllers all the time. Sometimes it's good to get off the couch and move. So Kinect's a lot of fun. Had a break-in. Somebody came in, stole my old TV that I had all my games hooked up to, and for whatever reason, they passed on all the stuff you see behind you, they passed on all of this stuff and took the Kinect and the TV. That's it. Go figure, right? But ever since then, I've been intending to get another one, and I've been putting it off, and went into this thrift store, and they had the Kinect. Didn't like the price they had on it. It wasn't bad, but it was a little more than I wanted to pay. But I found out that they have half price days. And everything in the store, or certain things indicated with certain colors, kind of like Goodwill, is 50% off. So I went in there on the day when everything was 50% off and picked it up. So they had, what does it say on here, 1951. So I picked it up, and so I got a half price. So it was basically like $10, less than $10 really. And it had this Nikon lens that just kind of snaps on. It's called the Zoom. I haven't plugged it up yet and tried out this thing. I don't know if I'll actually use it because I know I got enough room to use it this way, but this might be helpful. So I mean, it came with it. They didn't charge extra for it. They probably didn't even know it was something different. So and I still had hidden mic. Still had the breakaway cable because they just snatched that out of there. So I still have my breakaway cable so that I can plug it. I just got the early model 360. So got to connect. Toss that out the way. Got a lot of stuff. I need to make some room. On a separate day at that same location, I picked up a copy of The Witcher on PC. I know it says games for Windows. I'm sure there's a patch or something to, make that work. Again, half price, which means this was $250. It's got 515 running on the back. But it's complete. It's got everything in there. So, which is pretty cool. Actually, I didn't even notice that. Oh no, somebody put an upgrade disc in there. So somebody burned a disc with it's the enhanced edition is on there. So cool. That's interesting. So that's a pretty thick manual. Check this out. How thick that manual is. I mean, that's thicker than most manuals are. I mean, that's a really thick side on there. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so a couple bucks on that. Let's see, what else did we get? Went in Walmart one day and was walking through the electronics area, and they had a table with like clearance items on it. Nothing of real significance gaming wise. There's a couple of Wii or Wii U accessories, most of them like screen protectors or some of those things like that. So those I always usually pass on. One day I happened to go kind of further into the area, kind of near where the CDs and the DVDs are. And they had a couple other tables that were set up, and I noticed there was a lot of PC stuff over there. So I started looking around, and I noticed this. I left it. There were two of them at the time. I left it because I didn't really necessarily need it, but I kind of wanted it. I was kind of cheaping out that day. I didn't really want to spend the money. But I told myself if I come back, which is down the street from my house, so I probably would be back soon. If I come back here and it's here, I'll go ahead and get it. So I went back, and there was still one left. And it's a Razer Kraken Pro headset. Obviously, you can see it's out of the box because I took it out to use it. This is what the headset looks like. Very, very comfortable. Toss that out of the way. Very comfortable headset, and it's got the mic pulls out from there. So sometimes I just push it back up in there, don't even use it. Comes with a little adapter cable that gives you the splitter, so you get the mic and the headphone plug. So if you're using it on your PC, you can use it that way. Or if you just want sound, you can go through here. Or Xbox and PlayStation, you can plug it right in. So it works on Xbox One, which is great. Because that's usually, if I'm online, that's usually where I'm at. But they're very, very comfortable. Sound-wise, they're okay. The high end leaves a bit to be desired, but the low end and the mids are pretty good. I was listening to some music in it, and you can really tell the difference there. Haven't had a chance to get on a game with it yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably sound decent with the game. Sometimes you don't want the highs from a game, in your ear anyway. Somebody screaming out, so that might be a good thing, for what it's actually made for. So that's good. Let's see what else. Let me grab this because it's out of reach. Okay. All right, I'm back. So this was another thing that I kind of saw and left at a Goodwill, dropping everything. Hey, that's how it goes sometimes. An Atari Flashback. This is the Flashback 5. Honestly, I'm not even sure how many games are on this particular model. But I sat around and played with it, and it kind of took me back because, this is my very first console was a 2600. So, and I haven't gotten around to getting another one of those just yet. But the controllers that it came with, they have both controllers, and I thought that these were wireless controllers that they came with the flashback, but they're actually wired ones, and they're straight up the like original 2600 controllers. I'm pretty sure they're wired the same, so I could probably use these actually on a 2600. So that's pretty good. So if I happen to come across one that doesn't have controllers, I got some. Um, but yeah, I mean, it looked and played just like the original, so I'm happy with that. If I ever get an actual original, I'll probably give this to my dad because I started to get him one, but I don't think he's really gonna play it. But I figured, hey, why not? You know, one of these days. Technically, my original was his system, so you know that's pretty cool. Let me drop the other controller. So let me get these out of the way. All right. So now, what else we got here? We're in Target and just kind of looking around, seeing what I could see, and really wasn't anything of interest that they really had that I wanted. But I happened to stumble across. At one point, I saw a NES had the controller across it. I wanted to get it, but you can see with all this hair, it's hard to find hats that always will fit. Even snapbacks sometimes can be a bit of a pain, and that's what happened in this situation, is where there was a snapback. I think it was geared more towards kids. So the fit of it was a little bit smaller. So probably if I didn't have all the hair, it would probably fit better. But I kept passing on it because it didn't fit. And then one day I said, you know what? If I see it again, I'll probably just get it, just to have. Maybe one day I'll cut it off. I don't know. But and now I can't find it. I'm not seeing it anywhere. But what they did have was this. So nice little kind of skull cap. Fits really, really nicely. And it's got the controller on there, and it actually is, you can actually feel the buttons and everything. It's really, really cool. But what made me go ahead and get it is because now it's hot outside. They want to get rid of all this kind of stuff, and it was on clearance. So it was basically half price. It was like $7. So, when it gets cold, I got me a nice hat that I can wear. So thought that was pretty cool to have. Let's see. I got another video I'm gonna do later this month, probably the end of the month, because I've got some more stuff I want to get to add to it. But I finally got a chance to go over to my dad's house and raid his basement. There's a ton of gaming related stuff that he has over there. He doesn't even know what all he has. He was kind of surprised by some of the stuff that we found. But me and my friend were down there, and we were finding some things, and I'm not gonna tell you what we found. I'm gonna save that for the video that I'm gonna do about it. But I will tell you one thing that we found was a PS1 with a couple controllers, and I think there was a Crash game inside. He got all excited. He was like, "Ooh, I want to get this," and I was like, "You could have it because I've got a couple PlayStation ones." So, I didn't need it. So, he didn't have one anymore. So go have at you. Soon as he took the thing upstairs, my sister saw it and flipped out because it was hers, and she still wanted to keep it even though she's not using it. So, he got kind of disappointed and had to bring it back. And put it back in the box in the corner of the basement. But I mean, it belongs to her. We can't really argue with that. But I told him, I said, look, I come across PlayStation 1s all the time. So coincidentally, the next day, I happened to walk into Goodwill, and sure enough, there's a PS1. So I went ahead and grabbed it for him. It was $10. So didn't have the cords, controllers, nothing else. But hey. It's a start. Cords and controllers are easy to come by, so we can find those. But I went ahead and grabbed that for them. Let's see, what else do we have here? I've got Well, okay, we were over at Gamers Experience. To kind of segue on that, we're setting up. So you want to check this out. The what is it called? The Smash Champions Tournament. Press Start News is sponsoring, along with DreamHack, the Smash Champions Tournament, and obviously in Smash Brothers on Wii U. And that will be actually taking place at Gamers Experience in Lithonia. Again, I'll put their website in the comments, so that you can check them out. If you're in the area and you want to participate, make sure you register online before you go in. That's the way you actually get into the tournament. You have to register online. We will be live streaming some of the matches right here on our Press Start News YouTube channel, as well as Twitch and Mixer, which is used to be called Beam. So we'll have those going on. But while we were there discussing the setup and testing some things out, I remembered a while back he had showed me that he had picked up a couple of the 8BitDo NES controllers, and I asked him if he still had them, and he did, and really hadn't figured out a use to have for him. So me and my buddy grabbed the two that he had, and he gave us a great deal on them. Not going to tell you how much I paid, because I don't know if he really cares if I do or not, but I don't want to kind of put it out there like that, because he gave us a really, really, really good deal, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Walt. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll take it out real quick and show you. I'm trying not to make this video long, but there's a bunch of crap over here. But yeah, these little controllers are great. I had two of these previously, and I bought off of Amazon. I sent them back because at the time I was trying to get them to work with my Raspberry Pi, and it was a pain trying to get them to sync up, then trying to get them to work simply on my Windows gaming PC. That was a pain. The only time it really worked flawlessly was when I had the USB cable connected. What's the point of having a Bluetooth controller if I got to connect it through USB? But since then, the RetroPie setup has been updated to work simply with these shortly after I returned them, and the firmware on these has been updated. So actually now you can actually even update these and actually sync them to a Nintendo Switch if you have one of those, and use it like the Pro Controller. So that's going to be really cool when the Virtual Console comes out, or they just announced what they're online. They're going to have like a Netflix style setup with a bunch of retro games on there. So these will be really good to use for that. So if I get a Switch, I'll probably sync that to it. Right now I've got one of the little adapters to sync that with the Super Nintendo, so that's what it's doing right now. Let's see. Some other random Goodwill finds. We got on Game Boy Advance Finding Nemo. Let's see, on PS2 we got Final Fantasy 12. And that's all complete. I think all these PS2 games are complete in box. This one is Xenosaga Episode 1. And Maximo versus Army of Zen. Never played in the Maximo games, but they always look pretty cool, so I figured why not. It wasn't expensive. In the PlayStation was a copy of, I've put it in that little case, I'll take it out because you don't care about my little printed out cover, was Powerpuff Girls Chemical Extraction on PS1. So we'll play around with that. My little girl will probably love that. She loves Powerpuff Girls. At one Goodwill we found on PC a sealed copy of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Not sure if I'm actually going to open this or not. It's got the code and everything on the sticker. It's even still got the price is on. The original price is on the little tag. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to open this or not. I think I might have a downloaded copy of Hot Pursuit 2. I have to look. I know I have one of the Need for Speeds. Let me see what else I got. A couple of PSP games. Sonic Rivals. This one, I think, is the only one that's not complete. I'm missing the manual on that one. Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. I love these Outrun games. This, as you can see, is the European version. I love these Outrun games that came out at that time. The one I played the one on original Xbox. That one is great. I was looking out for a copy of that and ran into this. So that's really cool to have. And last one is Virtual Tennis 3. Virtual Tennis. I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest at this game, but my friends can't beat me in this game. So, but it's probably one of those games if I ever went online with it, I get slaughtered. So I don't really brag on it, but yeah, I'm pretty decent in it. So we even played it in the arcade at a Dave and Buster's, and they had to walk away. I kept telling them don't put no more money in. They kept doing it till they decided to finally walk away. A couple more PC games from Goodwills. This one is Broken Age, which, as it says up here at the top, the most funded video game on Kickstarter. At least at the time it was. I don't know if that is still true. But it originally had a Steam key. I don't remember if I saw the Steam key. Yeah, the key is in here. I'm not going to show you the key. I'm going to cover it up. Well, that's the CD key. Oh no, that's it. That's the Steam key. Yeah. So I want to try it and see if it'll just let me add it to my Steam library. But the disc is DRM free, so I can always install it off of the disc if I want to. But I don't know if the Steam key's been redeemed or not. Probably has, I would imagine. So what's the point in keeping the disc if you already got it in your Steam library? So. And lastly, with the PC games, well, not the last PC game, but the last one from Goodwill is Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, which this one was really cool. I love how the box is. Girl thought this was a movie, so I got it actually half price without it being the half price color for it. So that was pretty cool, but yeah, I mean, this is not only is it complete, it's super complete. Here's the manual. It's got this fold out. It's extremely cool. Both discs in there. Yeah, this is awesome. Actually, this is where the manual goes. There's a little slot in here. Didn't even notice that before. But yeah, so yeah, and there's more artwork on the inside and everything. Yeah, this is really cool. I mostly got this just to have it sitting on the shelf. I kind of want to get all the Max Paynes now after I got this. Not necessarily on PC. I probably will end up finding... I know I found the other day, I found Max Payne 1 and 2 on the original Xbox. When I first got my original Xbox, the first game, one of the first... I had like 5 games or something like that when I got it. Then one of the first games I got was the original Max Payne. We played the crap out of that. So... I might just get those and then get Max Payne 3 on the 360 just to keep it all Xbox. Depends on if I find that or not. So after that, I think all these came from the same. Yeah. Okay. So there was, guess you can call it like a geek kind of yard sale, community sale kind of thing. I went to several years ago, and a lot of my key games that I picked up at that time and I have now, I got great deals on them then. Even at the time, I didn't realize how much the value really was on some of the games. And now looking back, I'm glad I did pick up a lot of them. It was like Mega Man 2 and 3 and Mario 3. And there's just a bunch of stuff that now easily they fetch 20, 30 or more in some of the cases of like Mega Man type games. And they one big dumb mistake and left a Conqueror in there because I didn't want to buy a whole big bundle of 64 stuff because I had just picked up one with most of the games he had. Just really wanted that one and he wouldn't separate it. I kicked myself for that, not just going ahead and getting it. But excuse me. So anyway, I looked into it and And I was wondering what happened to that sale. They were supposed to do some more. They never did, that I saw anyway. And coincidentally, this happened to be getting ready to have another one that weekend. So we went by, and it was really only one person selling games this time, which was a little bit disappointing. But he had a little bit of stuff there, and his prices were really, really dumb cheap. So I figured, some of this stuff I grabbed just because it was cheap. Case in point. One second. Sorry about that. Okay. Butterfingers today. I don't know what's up with me. All right. So case in point on 3DS, no case, obviously. Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. That's so out of focus. Yeah, I mean, I like Donkey Kong Country. So, my son's got the 3DS, so I'll probably just, throw this in his case and let him hang on to it. That was like $1. So I was like, why not? Also, I think it was $1.50 was Mario Kart DS on the Nintendo DS. So with this, I kind of decided that I'm going to try to get Mario Kart, especially as far as Mario is concerned. Mario Kart is easily my favorite series starring Mario. So I want to get all the Mario Karts. So when I saw this, I said, what, let me go ahead and pick it up, because the DS games and the Wii games are still, especially Mario related games, are still not cheap. In most places. So I figured, why not? What I didn't check when I didn't open it up. The manual was in there, but look at the game. The label was just gone. It wrote MK just so you know what it was. So I really need to actually pop it in the DS and actually make sure this actually is Mario Kart. But I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do about that. If I'm gonna just put a label on it or wait till I find a better copy and swap them out or something. Who knows? But anyway, we got that. Couple other random games he had that I got for cheap just because they were. For $1, he had Pac-Man World Rally on PC. I've never played this, but I like go-kart games, and I figured, why not? I was actually, using the Game Eye app to put all my games in there, and the PC version of this wasn't even listed in there. So I'm not sure if this was well known to exist on PC, or if this came later, or what it is, but it's complete, and it was $1, so I figured, why not give it a go. And lastly, he had Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One for $3. So I remember when the Xbox One was launching, we went to an event that they had, and showing off a lot of the games on the system and everything. And this was one of the games that they had that really caught my attention and made me like, I got to get an Xbox One, because that was a lot of fun. So last set of games, we went over to a Half Price Books. And I've been eyeballing this up there for a while, and there were 2 copies. Now there was only one, and I'm not coming across. I kept feeling like I was going to come across it somewhere at some point, and I never did. So I figured I'd go ahead and get it. Especially they were doing 20% off of everything in the store, so I figured that would be a good deal. It knocks a few bucks off. To add to my Mario Kart collection, I got Double Dash. Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube. The best Mario Kart, hands down. You disagree? Your opinion doesn't matter. Double Dash is the best Mario Kart game there is, period. I've played them all, with the exception of Deluxe, which is basically the same one that's on the Wii U, except you get 2 weapons. Guess where that came from? Double Dash. This is the first one that had 2 weapons. So this is the best one. So I used to have this, and I made the mistake of letting somebody borrow it, and I never got it back. And I don't make that mistake anymore. I don't let anybody borrow anything. So now I got another copy. And the disc is in really good condition. Got a couple fingerprints. I need to wipe it off. But other than that, it's good. So they had quite a few GameCube games, so I grabbed a couple other ones that were pretty cheap. I think one was $5, I think, and the other one was $10, something like that. So Resident Evil 4, which is another game that I had that I let somebody else borrow, And even though that person was reliable, I have no idea why he doesn't have it anymore. Go figure. But it was complete. Got both discs in there. For the price, I couldn't pass it up, especially with 20% off. And never played this on the GameCube, but I had on the PSP, and I didn't like that version, but I kept hearing great things about it. So I got Viewtiful Joe. And this is a Player's Choice Edition. And they for some reason, they put the disc in upside down. I guess so you can see what it looks like. But it is complete as well. And the very last, is that the last one? Yeah, very last pickup. Just because they had it and it was cheap, and I have fond memories from playing it in the arcade as a kid. Got Super Monaco GP on the Genesis, and it is also complete. I don't know why people do this. Whoever it is, I mean, they put P on here. It's not on the outside. They pulled the book out and wrote P on that, and then wrote it on the freaking cartridge. Like, I don't understand. On the label, I don't understand the thought process behind doing that. I mean, I know nobody was thinking about us collecting them later on, but I just thought it was, even back then when I was a kid, I thought it was dumb to write on. Why would you write on your game? Whatever. And then I guess the store probably did that. Maybe the store did that too. That was even more dumb if the store did do that. But somebody blocked that out too, so whatever. Well, that's it. That's everything. Finally got through all of it. So that's it. So, as always, thank you for watching. I'm sure this is a really dumb long video. Compared to the other ones, like I say, you see it's a lot of stuff. This big, huge stack of games here. And other random stuff I tossed over there. But thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you know when we got new content up. Like I said, we will be live streaming the Smash Champions tournament that is going to start this Wednesday, which is the 8th, I believe. No, that'll be the 7th. So that's going to be on the 7th of June. So 7th of June is going to be first live stream. That's going to begin about 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern, somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact time, but like I said, I'll link the website for Gamers Experience as well as a link to the event for anybody that's in the area that wants to sign up, as well as for those who want to catch the live stream, so that way you can be notified. In fact, just hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when we go live anyway, because not only will we have those live, we'll have some other streams. What I'm going to do is start getting into some of these games that we're stacking up here and start getting some live streams going with some of those, and just kind of knock out some of this library that we have, and just kind of, have a little fun with it. As always, thank you for watching. Later.